Hello, everyone. I hope that you were successful with navigating the website Ventusky or Ventusky, depending on how you pronounce it, and were able to find a different part of the world and kind of look at their weather and compare it to ours. I hope that went okay for you. That's not something I wanted you to have to turn in, but I did want you to explore it because it'll make the upcoming lessons a little bit easier for you. So, moving on with everything else. I had a few questions for you before we start today's lesson. First of all, why do you think scientists measure the weather? Is it just something they enjoy doing, or what could this help them to do in the future? Try to predict if there's some kind of reason we do that. Predicting the weather takes a ton of practice, and there's so much to know before you become accurate at it. So a lot of what that is recognizing patterns. So if I were to tell you circle, square, circle, square, circle, you would hopefully predict the next shape would be square. So a lot of that is just recognizing patterns, and that's a lot of what scientists called meteorologists do. Those are the scientists that take a look at the measuring tools and read them and make predictions for us. Meteorologists do use tools besides the ones that I named earlier in previous lessons. So today, my assignment for you is to actually read a little bit about meteorologists and what their jobs are. Also reading about the different types of tools they use besides just the rain gauge, wind vane, anemometer, and thermometer. The way that I plan on doing this is by attaching a link to the book. It's called Raindrops and Rooftops. It's a student reader guide that goes along with our weather unit. I do want to let you know that it does take a minute to load, so don't go click crazy like I did because it does need a little bit of processing time. What you'll do with that is read through just chapter 1. It's about 7 to 10 pages, nothing crazy, but if you're finding as you're reading you're not really comprehending as much, you can always highlight the text. So you would click and drag until it looks like it's highlighted, and there will be 3 little icons that pop up, and there's one that looks like a profile, and it has a little word bubble next to it. Click on that, and that will actually read the text to you. So yes, absolutely, I would love for you to read the text independently, but again, for comprehension purposes, I would prefer that you at least listen to the text. Again, normally these lessons would be taught in the class, so each group would be assigned a small section to read independently. What we're going to do, since it's online, like I said, you do have the option of listening to the text as well, as it might be a little more reading than you're used to as of late. I will attach a worksheet. It's called Weather Tools Used by Meteorologists. I want you to choose a tool. You can write it on a separate paper, but choose which tool you would like to talk about that meteorologists use. It's not the 4 that we talked about previously. You'll write what the tool is, what does that tool measure, and how does it help meteorologists predict the weather. Yesterday, we already took a look at the Ventusky or Ventusky website, so you already have a really good idea of what a live satellite map is and radars, so this should all start clicking together. If you feel like you got the hang of this and you've answered the questions, perfect. That's the main idea of this, is to start recognizing all the tools that scientists use, and maybe see if you can get back onto that website, the ventusky.com or ventusky.com, and see if you can make some comparisons with the weather for today. So by looking outside, you can see the clouds, you can kind of feel the temperature, you can kind of see, is it raining or precipitating at all, or what direction maybe the wind's coming from. And I want you to kind of compare what your actual observations as a person and a scientist are compared to the satellite. See if you see any similarities or differences. Do you think the radar/satellite is very accurate? Yes or no? These aren't things that you do have to write down, but I do want you, for your own knowledge, to kind of start making those connections. So again, none of this today will need to be turned in, but I would like you to read the chapter on meteorologists. Answer the question about the weather tool. Choose only one. Don't feel like you have to do all of them. Answer the questions about it. And then if you're able to, please get back onto the website, Vintusky or Ventusky. Compare Union Gap, Washington, where you're at right today. Even if you're not there, where are you? Search it. Make visual observations and compare them to what you noticed on the satellite. Well, I hope you're all staying healthy and happy and having lots of fun. And I'll see you soon. Bye.